Hello, so we are back in Sunset Valley for another renovation. That will be for the one fishing spot left. And I'm going to leave it as a fishing spot. So it's this one. Is that a rock formation or something? Okay, it is. I hadn't noticed it before. So it's not too far from Goth Manor, and there's like kind of a gully here, like a ravine that could be trail there. Okay, let's check it out in Edit Town. Pinochle Pond, fishing spot, going to stay that way. See, it's a huge lot, 64 by 64, but the pond is quite big. I don't think there is much there, but we'll have a closer look, of course. And the address is cute. Okay. Let's do a quick tour of the lot, see what there is there. Every time I'm wondering where is the front of the lot and where is the best, what is the best way to have like a good picture of the lot for a before-after picture. But maybe a bit more from, ooh, there is a glare. Okay. Oh yeah, okay, maybe not. Is it shaped like, it looks like a nugget to me, but like nuggets are shaped like anything. Whoosh, glare. Okay. Ooh, sharks. Two spawners with sharks. So I'm thinking I'm going to put at least one from the French world. You know, the pond one. What it was, a frog pond, I think. And try to find spawners. Since it's a fishing spot, I really like to have a bit of a variety of spawners there. Not too many of them, because they can also go fish in the ocean. I don't like that glare. Okay, the sun is too bright. So where are there should be harvestables somewhere. So I'm also thinking of keeping or having more harvestable plants so that they can use them as bait. Because again, it's a fishing spot, so they, depending on what fish they want to, or there is there, I'm going to have like a few harvestables. Here you are. I was like, no, it's going to be the lot where they're known, or where I would like to keep them. So, onions? I don't remember. It's been a while since I played with the fisherman's carrier. So, don't remember. I think this one is one where you can lettuce, you can catch a fish with that, like a basic one. I'm not sure for onions. Tomatoes, maybe. So a few harvestables there. And 2 fish spawners. Ugh. I'm having some difficulties navigating the lot. Well, maybe because there are hills surrounding it, so it's a bit like falls, stony falls. But yeah, I'm a bit surprised because huge lot. Oh, I think that part might be, I was going to say, and it's a flat lot, somewhat. But no, I think that part might be actually, yeah, let's check that. Yeah, that part is on the lot. So, and that's a bit hilly here too. The flattest part is there, the pond, of course. Okay, so I think I have an idea. What I'm going to do so is to keep it as a fishing spot, but have it a bit more, I was going to say furnished. It's going to be more furnished for sure, but like a pond where you can go on a walk. Ugh, the glare. And so have like a trail there and some activities to do. So since it's a fishing spot, I'm going to have like corners of the pond with a chair for the angler sim, because they are fishing standing up, but you know, just to pretend, just to decorate a bit. And I'm thinking also having a kind of a campground there, like just a couple of tents. maybe here, or maybe there, because it could be, so the terrain, the lot would go, I think it goes up till there. So that part is also a bit hilly, but here there's room, and that a bit isolated from the trail by that kind of grove here. And then we can have like a few activities there around the pond. Not going to use CC, but there would be a neat lot for the jogging trail. It's a mud where you can put like markers, and the Sims, you can have the Sims jog around, for instance, the pond here. Ooh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking that I might have like a tree parkour. I was like, it's going to be quick. I don't want to add much, and then I'm adding things. So yeah, I really like doing that. It's pretty fun in those types of lot. So have a tree trail, walkways in the trees, linking like 2 trees together, and then have a ladder, or maybe we can use also the fireman pole there, and have a tree house for sure, and maybe make one, so the one from Generations, and also the Let's Build one. That way there is a constriction, because I don't want to do a cabin, because it would be a bit too much, I think. Well, says she, while planning a full-on parkour in the trees, but well. But it's not too long to do that. So it should be a quick one, either way. I'm trying to avoid the glare, but it's everywhere. Oh, no, here. We're good here. Okay. I'm thinking birds for this one. And yeah, maybe a beekeeping box somewhere. Okay. That's mostly, that's the main ideas. We'll see how long it's going to take. I don't think it's going to take long. Well, not too long. That said, I think that's it. So let's get to it. Okay, so this one was rather quick. It was a quick makeover, because mostly had done everything I'm doing there I had done before. So I knew how to proceed mostly. No big hurdles there. Trying to remember, but I don't think so. And yeah, I started with the tree trail mostly because I knew that if something would need adjusting as I went along, it would be that. So that's what happened. So the idea was to have, because I don't know if tree trail is the right phrasing for it, but it was to have walkways in the trees. So it's not really in the trees, but pretending that they are linked, that it's linking different trees together. And also added a tree house, so the one, I think the basic one from Generation. Yeah, I think it's one of the basic one from Generations, and it's one with the slide. So it's not really connected to the walkway, but I'm pretending it is. But of course the kids need to go back to the ground to reach it. And then I did a shed in the walkway there, in the tree trail, and made it's not a real shed, but yeah, a big one. And it's not big, but yeah, I thought it was oval like that. But then I was thinking that I could replicate a bit the one from the tree house, the toy tree house, the one for the kids, so that it would be like a similar style to it. So made it squarey and with a fake second or third, depending how you counting, floor with a ladder linking to it, but not a usable ladder. I don't think so. I'm thinking that I haven't. I don't think I have. I haven't playtested it, so I actually don't know if it's usable. Shouldn't be, because it doesn't lead anywhere, but maybe it is. I don't know. So there is like an observatory part, half floor on the top floor. Top floor is a pretend one. I haven't made it yet there. And then below it, I've put the beekeeping box and all-in-one bathroom too there a bit later. Then the pond and sculpting the ledges of the pond, the shores, so that it's a bit more uneven and a bit more like patchy, you know, not that smooth. And also I made an island, so sort of, in the middle, so that the birds, because I imagine there are a lot of water birds coming to that pond, because it's rather one that is a bit more isolated than others, and also not that busy with people. So the ideal place for birds to come and have their nest there. So I imagine that island is a bit for that. And a bit later I've put like fake birds there, so that I've used there is only one, so I've used the flamingo object and customized it so that it would look a bit more like different water birds, and also did a trail around the pond, so I imagine that it's a good place to go jogging. And then did a sort of campground there, so I had that idea when I started with it, and to have the tents already set up like that, it's a mod, but I don't think you need it if the tents are already set up. You don't need it in your game to have it appear like that, but if you want it, I'll link the mod in the description box below. So then some more landscaping, because actually most of that makeover was landscaping. Here I'm saying landscaping because more focusing more on the surroundings of the pond than the pond itself, but also adding a few more plants there. And I've the nub game, how is it called? Okay, something like that. And that's the game I've put there. So those chairs are mostly set dressing, like they're not, I don't think they're usable because they are on uneven terrain, so maybe one might be usable because I think I've flattened out the terrain there, but maybe not enough. So then putting plants and more plants, mostly some that would look good in a swamp, but at the same time didn't want it to be too swampy. The idea was to go for a very natural look, something that hasn't been much touched by SIMS hands, sort of unspoiled, and yeah. So that was the main idea there. So then here adding flamingo and the rubber ducks to pretend to have sort of, yeah, I guess ducks. I didn't really have. I tried different patterns on the flamingos to see if I could have one that looked really much like a duck, but couldn't find one. So instead I went with the idea of, so in French it's poule d'eau. So let's go with a direct translation, water hen, I'm not sure. But yeah, I went with that type of bird there, kind of look alike. And also swans, and yeah, added a few spoilers. And what else? Oh, I don't think it's. I recorded that because I placed them a bit later. I put the ant farm there a bit hidden. It's usable. I also put rabbits, you know, the ones from the By the Book catalog. I might recolor them in the version, in the Create a World version, because I can't do that for just the set version. But I might recolor them in the Create a World version. I am hesitating a bit because I've also placed those to that pink. That's why I'm thinking of recoloring them, and I've put those toys a bit here and there for SIMS to find. And they can play with them, but I'm pretending they are wild rabbits. They're in the bushes, and well, so they are pink. So if I recolor them, the issue is that I've used some of them in other lots as toys, so it might look weird. But I'll see what I do with it. So I've also put a few things for toddlers there, even though I don't think it's a lot for them, but I've put a potty, at least one. It's hidden in one of the bushes, and because the bathroom there is a all-in-one bathroom, I've put the one from what's the name of that pack? Movie Stuff. The Movie Stuff one, because it fitted the theme, the overall theme there perfectly. So I was thinking, I have the pack, let's use it. It can be replaced by the one from Island Paradise easily. And so it's just below that shade there. So working, adjusting that shade. And here I'm doing the roof I talked about. So inspired by the tree house just nearby here. And what else? Oh, the trail around the pond, I've made it a bit as if it was a sports trail, you know, where you can do different activities. You can have some stops. So let's say you're jogging around it, and then there are an activity you can do, a sporting activity you can do. So for instance, I've put pull-up bars. I think it's the only thing I've put there. But the idea was to have something like that. Without CC, it's more difficult to do. But yeah, to have activities they can do there, sporting activities like the pull-up bars. So I've put them in a corner. I've play tested that. There are 3 next to each other, and they are usable, all 3 of them. I'll also put, as I said, put a few benches. I'm pretty sure a picnic table here, putting the all-in-one bathroom, and I did put a sink, an independent sink from the all-in-one bathroom. And yeah, that's about it. So they can fish, of course. It's a fishing spot, so they can fish. And they can rest in the shed. I've put also a sleeping bag there, and a mini fridge, and a coffee machine or a hot beverage machine for winter, and they don't feel that good. They can come and have a hot drink in the shed there. So these are the main things I've done there. I'm sure I've forgotten a few things, but I always do. If it's something important, I'll add it in the description box. And in the meantime, here is a tour of the lot. Okay, so then overview of the lot with the front of the lot is there. So they arrive from there. And then that's the trail around the pond. Here is the campground. And then there are a few vegetables there. So some can be used for fishing. The pull-up bars are there. Then the beginning of the tree trail is there with the shed here and the tree house there for the kids. There is a picnic area over there, a seesaw, and a few chairs around the pond. There is the ant farm there and the nub game there. And of course a few spawners in the pond to fish from. Don't remember if I said, but there are also a few other spawners all around the lot, mostly for birds. So that's it for the ponds. I've done 4. There were 4. So it was the last one. Next time going to be another type of lot. Not sure yet which one. We'll see next time. I'll see you then. À bientôt.